Alright guys, I was just doing a little organizing. I got a project I got to do. I had to move the toad over to the goat house. I figured we'd do a little of a garden tour. It's been a little bit. Things have kind of exploded. I do got to mow again because it's been raining. Garden entrance. Catnip's doing pretty good. I keep weeding the crap out of it, but it's doing pretty good. It's getting flowers. So hopefully it should come back year round. The grapevine is just tempted to run another fence and let the grapevine go over. Everybody says trim them back real far, 4 main vines, blah blah blah, but once I get another thing of landscape fabric down underneath up against the fence that way, there'll be plenty of airflow under. And then here's this thing. This is a tunnel. It's getting crazy. So as you come in the garden, you know, we had our catnip. It actually grew up. I seeded that. Kind of a pain. It has to be like tobacco seeds, which mine failed. But sunlight, sprouted by sunlight, so you got to sprinkle them on the topsoil and just lightly touch them and lightly water them. So I had about 5 or 6 plants. There's 3 right here. The other 2, they didn't make it in the spot I put. Strawberries, they're doing great. I need to build a bed over towards the bridge, get rid of this, because they're putting out tons of runners, so maybe I can get one to go over and in and go. Got real big. We're gonna landscape fabric this area in 2. I think I may not use wood chips because they, you know, they grow weeds in them. And landscape fabric, like we did that one in the middle, it's killed everything under it and it's good. Squash is finally making squash. They kind of hide them, so then I found real big ones. Carrots, carrots, they're still alive and whatnot. Excuse me. Some broken pieces, but getting ready to harvest them soon. They're about yay big and about, you know. Tomato plants, there's 2 different kinds here. As you can see, you got the grape ones. They look like little peppers, and then there's cherry tomatoes. They're kind of all blended in. Okra. It's got a little flower. It's a pretty good looking flower. It's growing okra. I should probably get that one. Yeah, I don't want to take too long on them because then they'll get like a wood taste. Cantaloupe. This is all my cantaloupe, which was bringing into the area in here. I've been making little cantaloupe hammocks. This is going to be a double hammock for that one and that one. I got one there. And we got another double there, another one there. There's one back in there. My best one so far is this one, which it's getting close. I think it's pretty close, but not yet. I was trimming some of these little dead leaves off. I believe there's one back here. Yep, there's one back here. They're all over. The closer you look, you'll start to see them all through here. There's another one. Yep. There's more here. Cucumbers. Got about 10 cucumbers yesterday. Still another one back up in there. A bunch of little tiny ones here and there, all over the place. These are kind of, for me, feel a bit sour. They're the purpleless ones. They're just hit or miss on me for sour or not sour. There's another one. A bunch of little ones. But they get pretty big, about 1 foot or so long. So, that's the rain tote going to be for the garden. May not go there because it's about the size of the back of the building. So I might have to put it on the chicken one. It's 300 gallon. I might have to get a 250 or something and put right there to be a hair smaller. Grapevines are doing pretty good, except for the Japanese beetles. Japanese beetle spray doesn't seem to really do crap to them. But maybe this year? I don't know, because that one's already dried and not falling off. So maybe not this year again for these. But this year they exploded though. They're huge. I got clusters everywhere. So, and it says they have to ripen on the vine. You can't pick them now and then let them ripen, so unfortunate. If you have a cure for Japanese beetles, let me know in the comments. I put traps up. I catch pounds of them, but they still massacre my plants. Although they don't mess with this guy. He's doing good this year too. He's got pretty good sized grapes. These are Concord. I believe they do. Yeah, I guess they do turn purple too, which they. Okay, that one's still good. So yeah, there's a Japanese beetle right there. Yeah. I guess they do eat this plant a little bit. So annoying. Look at Japan. Kind of failed project right here. Oh, I'm zoomed in. This is my failed project of purple asparagus. I'm brain dead. Green asparagus up there. Out of 25 plants, there's only 2. Out of 25 plants, there's only none. Maybe. We'll probably put a raised bed long ways. Put them in a raised bed. Ground's kind of crappy for asparagus and needs loamy soil. That's kind of rocky and clay, so we'll have to make raised beds. And raised beds, they grow your food fast. You start them earlier and they grow monstrous. Working on my landscape fabric area. I don't like to mow because when you mow, it blows the grass clipping stuff into your bed, and then you get a problem with that. Tomatoes, you see, they were better boys, but these are like bush. The last better boys I had were indeterminate vines, which would grow. These just bushed out, didn't really go anywhere. Disappointing on that. Cucumbers are taking over all the way down. This was another cantaloupe. It kind of got shaded by the zucchini. This is a volunteer tomato. It just grew out of the side of the raised bed plant. I don't think I had tomatoes here no, that's where I had tomatoes here last year. So I guess some seeds fell down. It volunteered, so that's fine as long as it's growing tomatoes. So zucchini, it's still pretty good. I've gotten 20 zucchini out here probably, just out of like 1 or 2 plants. Oh, when you touch zucchini and squash plants, does it make you itchy? Because man, it itches up my arms like crazy. There's zucchini right there. There's some little squashes everywhere. I'm not a big pruner person. I got the bees everywhere, which is good. And back over here, we got cucumbers coming all the way out. Ooh, I gotta watch for a snake. There is a snake that lives here somewhere. We had a bad windstorm. You might have seen my short where all my corn was blowed over. It blew over my tomato plants, or sorry, potato plants. They didn't recover real well. Like, I think they're about ready to harvest. See, landscape fabric will still grow. They'll still grow on it. Weeds are just... There's actually a potato up under here. I put dirt on it. Just so it, like I see. There's potato. I put dirt on it so it won't get poison. It'll turn into poison, it'll turn green. They're still kind of alive, but I'm getting ready to harvest them. Plan is just to dump this in a big barrel. I'm gonna save the dirt because dirt, you know, doesn't go bad. You just revise it, reneutralize it. These are red potatoes. I believe the big one's red potatoes. And there's a Yukon Gold. They're not looking real good. So I think they're getting ready to be harvested pretty soon. Life's getting a little overwhelmed because I'll come out to check the garden. I'll come back with like 20 freaking cucumbers and stuff. But potatoes, they store for a while. If you harvest them, do not wash them. Just wipe the dirt off and they'll stay for a long time. Purple hulled peas, they do look a little yellow and whatnot because I did fertilize them and the fertilizer kind of shocks them for a tiny bit. They'll turn green again. I don't know if they're the kind to climb a pole, so don't know if this is going to work out this way. We'll find out. I started these from seeds, so if I have to, I can thin some of them out and we'll find out. And we're moving on over to here. We'll be hunkering down for the rain that's coming. It was just raining a little bit. Next is my plum grannies. They're kind of going everywhere now. Started these from seeds. I believe I've been looking for little plum grannies. Oh, I see a little one. But I was coming out this morning to weed a little bit, and I found them. They look like little watermelons right now. That's pretty neat. Quite a few. A whole bunch down in this corner. Yeesh. And they're kind of hanging out here. But yeah, they're going crazy right now. I transplanted 2 in the end. They had a little bit of shock, so it's gonna take them a minute. My mom sent me some sugar maples. Problem with trees is, before you buy them, find out where you want to put them. It's kind of a shock to me. So I got them, you know, they're just in a root ball, and I put them in these planters. And it looks like they all lived. These planters ain't gonna hold them for too long. It's just buying me time till I can figure out where I need to put them. I just noticed that. I see a little cantaloupe. So this little one's gonna get a cantaloupe. Oh, there's another one. Alright, I mean, he had a rough life under there for a little bit. But yeah, I need to know where I'm gonna put him. Should probably be up in my field off the other side. So, this is my loofah sponge plant, which it is. It grows about a foot a day, I swear. Man, we got a lot of bees, which is good. Now I'm looking, so far I see this one. So I may be getting a loofah sponge there. I don't know what these are. They look like little seed pods or flowers, I'm not sure yet. First time I ever grew these, I grew them from seed. I planted probably 20 seeds, got about 5 or 6 plants, but then they slowly took off. Those down the end were a little bit smaller. But now they're up. It's up on this cage, and you can see them going all the way up. But it puts a lot of stuff off. I may extend this cage one more out, just because I like it. It's pretty cool because you can grow a thin area, but up and over, and you're actually growing a much bigger area. And you can walk in inside. You know, you can put pots in. I might just do pine needles, because I get free pine needles. Tons of them fall, like they're everywhere, because this big boy sheds a lot. And then we're at my, you probably, you know, if you're new to the videos, you go back a couple years, you'll see me put this together. It was a pain in the ass. It was originally for hay. I originally wanted to store it for hay. It doesn't really, they leak. Goats are going crazy. It's not really water root proof, so I use it for greenhouse this year because I don't want to harden my plants. So I sarge them in there where they're kind of semi-shaded but not. This is my rhubarb. Rhubarb's not really in the south. It's not prevalent in the south. No one really knows what it is down here, so trying to grow it. Once you get it established, it should come back year round. It likes pine needles, which is good. So I shoved a bunch down in here to help it out. Bugs supposedly don't eat it. Well, I mean, they do eat it, but then they die. Leaves are poisonous. The stalk's what you want. Right now, these are still bitter. It should get a nice, I don't know, it's been 20 years since I had some, so. But it should be a nice sugary taste. So hopefully we can get these established. I've been cutting off the lower leaves. I need to cut that. Slowly cut it back, and it'll help it grow better. Like these ones are pretty good size here. Storm blew them over. I trimmed them back a bit. Progressively get a little bit smaller this way. And I still got that guy. He's still the size he was when he come out of the pot. So he's probably not going to go nowhere. The other catnip I shoved in the corner, but it didn't do anything. Compost bin shrunk down. Oh, yeah. Where are we at now too? Okay, beans. Beans are about, crap, I don't even know. Japanese beetles are starting to get them, but the beans, they're almost 10 foot tall. So, and I have started to get beans. For the longest time I wasn't thinking I was getting any, but now I am starting to get beans. If you have any recipes for these, let me know. I did plant this whole row. As you can see, there's nothing there because I think something ate them as they come up. And then here's another one starting. Trying to get it to get onto this one too. Oh, that one's on there good. I have bamboo. I chop it down, throw it in the goats. they munch it up a bit, the leaves and stuff. I snap the branches off and I stick them in the ground. Guess you gotta be careful sticking them in the ground because they could sprout, but if you want, what I usually do is I'll cut it, I'll take a torch and I'll just heat it up until it turns to brown. The end I'm sticking in the ground and usually pretty good. Alright, and then I got some more of those purple hull peas, which now I think they are a climbing variegation because it is getting long. So I'm gonna have to come over here, weed some more of this out as I did the other day. Weed more of this out and then build a little trellis for them. Oh, they're starting to get some on there. Yeah, that's neat. That was supposed to be lavender, but I have no idea what it is. It was a free packet in seeds. I planted it. And I don't know, because it said it was like 700 days to germination, so I don't know if it's... Lavender has 2 stages, this year and the next year. But this is all going to get flattened out. No more hills. Hills was a bad idea. I thought it would be a good idea, but they are inconvenient. So we're going to flatten it back out. We're going to revitalize this with good... I'll probably mix it with topsoil, potting mix, stuff like that. We'll fertilize a little bit, and then we'll make a flat area. I'll get some 6-foot landscape fabric and then punch little holes and grow stuff, because in the south weeds are insane. There's my chestnut tree. There's another one right there. Let's see if we can zoom. Oop. There's another one right there. Hopefully it's far enough apart. And there's another one up on the hill. There's one there. And we should have another one right over or on the other side of the, yeah, right there. And she's pretty tiny, which is weird because that one was smaller, but now it's bigger. Okay, I don't know. Pawpaw trees, we'll see. Corn, okay. I planted sweet corn. The sweet corn, half of it was supposed to be 4 foot tall. Well, that stuff is like 8 foot tall. So I don't know. I guess, But if you see this corn, see, there's like 3 stalks on that one. There's 2, there's 1, there's 2, 2, 2, 2. Last year when I planted corn, the corn would have like 1 stalk. So I'm getting 2 to 3 per. Here's some more volunteer tomatoes, which there's a chicken tractor here. So the chickens kind of pooed a bunch of tomatoes, so they come back up. Watermelon plant is way on the other side. Now he's way over here now too. Same thing over here. It's like, I swear by the end of summer it's gonna be over there somewhere because it's grown so much. The sweet corn is doing fairly good. Hopefully it'll pollinate each other. It's, in a line and close. If you plant corn, don't plant one single line because it pollinates by wind. It goes back and forth and hits each other. And every little silk is a kernel that has to be pollinated. So maybe we'll get some corn this year. I went overboard, but I think I will do more next year in a different area. Maybe out over there. Not sure, deer out there. Still need to fence this in and put a gate. Next year, the area will expand. We'll probably put some grapevines here because this is kind of an angle. Or more corn over there. We're not sure. Corn's good. We can freeze corn. Alright, sunflowers. I got mammoth planted and it's like red tiger or something. I can't remember. I just had some. I planted quite a few. Windstorm that knocked the corn over. The corn did stand back up. Most of it. Some of it, there's one like off sideways and tiny, but he's like down over here, something. Oh, I don't even know. He's probably not, he ain't gonna get nothing. But yeah, sunflowers are, it's a little tiny one down there. Most prevalent one there. I fertilized them and I kind of burnt some of the leaves. I thought I threw it in between, but I guess I didn't. Alright, I got a question for you guys. I planted jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. I am not sure. It does not look like a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. I don't know. Maybe it'll turn into a pumpkin. It almost... I think no. So I don't know. I mean, the leaves, they don't look like watermelon leaves. I don't know. So again, more comments. Let me know if you know what that is. All right, and then this is the watermelon plant that is all the way on the other side of the corn. Between both sections, it's probably 30 foot long, which it'll be up on that fence probably in a couple more weeks or months. Unless it dies. But here's the watermelon. Now this watermelon is supposed to get 30 pounds. So we'll see. I don't really see many over here at all. There could be some in there. I kind of like to plant things and let them do their thing. I don't want to trim certain leaves and do all this stuff. I want nature to do nature, but I tried to weed these pumpkins and it's out of hand. They're just in there somewhere. Not pumpkins, watermelons. There's one over there. I think there's one over here. There's a little one right there. I put this here because this got a wet spot. There's a dip here. There's a mound and a lot of, I don't even know. But yeah. And then here's the boundary for the garden for now. And the orange flags out there is the pawpaw trees, but I think there's only 2 that's living. And it may be difficult. I'm going to try to order bigger pawpaw trees next time. That's going to be the orchard out there. A little bit of a drainage swell that comes down and then down through here. So we can come over and plant, you know, whatever trees that like moisture a lot more. A row, and then a row, and then a row. We could fit a good bit of trees out through there. Because it's like 200 feet or more from here. And then also you can come up on the bank, go along. The goats will be on the other side. So whatever branches stick over, they will help themselves too. Chestnut tree. Hopefully it does alright. I don't know. The guy said he had wild chestnut trees over there, which makes no sense because that'd be American chestnuts, which are kind of extinct. And they also get monstrous. You may be thinking of horse chestnuts maybe, but these should be those. It's like a Japanese brand horse. It gets chestnuts. I used to have one. We got the 4 remaining chicken. I see 3 chickens. I did have 4 chickens. There's got a bush growing in there. You guys get that bush. We also have 10 baby chickens in the house right now that Betty hatched for me. Thank you. Alright, chestnut tree. Doing not too bad except for Japanese beetles, which I apparently can flick pretty hard because I flicked the branch off. But we're getting some growth. This guy was, I just planted him this year out of a little stick. So doing pretty good. This guy come out. There's a redbud tree in here. It's for shading the chickens, but once this guy gets big enough, he'll help shade the chicken area. I'll get another tote. We'll cut that metal back, make a better gutter. This is going to be a whole roof system. So we'll put probably 2 totes here. Or on this side. I got covers for it. Alright, here's the thing for you guys. They look like wild strawberries. They are not strawberries. I forget what it was called. But yep. I thought there were wild strawberries everywhere, and then I saw someone talking about it, and they're not. They just taste like a water. But they're everywhere. Some kind of weed. Same thing as freaking mimosa. As you can see, it's popping out all the way over here. There's a redbud. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna get rid of the rest. Keep the redbud. All these gumballs need to go. There was a redbud I wanted to keep, but his trunk is not looking too good. And we had a windstorm and it snapped off one of the main branches, so it gotta go. Along with gumballs. Gumballs are terrible. Blueberry bush doing really good this year. tons of blueberries. Blackberry bush in the back of the house, it died. Somehow, it just randomly just up and died with tons of blackberries. That's sad. Oh, and we got cucamelons. Yeah, there's cucamelons over there next to the sponges. I got cucamelons here. They're growing up. They're growing up very slowly. There's a whole bunch of them all through here. You can see them all on the fence. Little cucamelons. They make little tiny melons that look like a watermelon. It tastes like a lemony cucumber, supposedly. Oh yeah, they're mixed in over here. But I know I saw a little melon earlier. Oh yeah, there's one back there. I think. Alright. I don't know. I could have swore I've seen one or two. I tried to weed it, but they have all these little tiny guys, and they're just all over the weeds, so I didn't want to pull them out. The sponges are pretty flexible, so I've been weaving them in and out. I'm trying to keep the leaves good and weave them in and out so that they can keep growing up here. And I'm going to try to use some bamboo and make some loofah sponges. There's a little cucamelon right there. That's pretty cool. So, that is the garden tour for now. So, like and subscribe, and if you could answer some of them questions I left at the comments, that would help. Help me answer a few things, and to grow the channel. We're getting up there. Oh yeah, let me flip it back around. This area here was going to be my tobacco area, but I did not do a good job of that. I drowned it pretty much. I'm seeding it. I got it seeded up a little bit, but supposedly they're a little bit hard to get going, but once they do, boom. But yeah. So that'll be a next year project. I got some Aztec tobacco and some Havana. So we'll try to make a cigar, some Aztec tobacco in the center, maybe, and Havana wrap, or vice versa. We could do both. It's gonna take a while to dry, but I'm gonna landscape fabric all this in and punch my different holes. You know, we're just gonna, grass is good and everything. That's why I left all these little clover to keep help the bees. Like, there was tons of clover everywhere. It's still everywhere. I mow kind of high where I don't trim it off. Clover doesn't grow too high, so it's fine with me. The rest of the grass can, and the clover helps all the bees, which help the garden. So, and you can see I got little bees everywhere. And I like these little, I do like these little cover things. 30 bucks for a cattle panel. So I'm gonna bring one out, another one out, maybe two out. Make it a long one. That'd be pretty neat. I almost put one on the other side of this coming out, but then it would have, you couldn't get to into the middle, so I did not do that. All right, I'll catch you guys later.